Are you guys ready?
Yes.
EllRay, Jake's
Walks the Play.
by Susan Warner. Yesterday we learned that Alfie and Suzette Moynihan were going to have a play date. EllRay doesn't really care about that. He does not want the girls going in his room. He doesn't really want to be around them. They're just little kids. He's like a third grader, right? So they're little kids. Ferris, can you put your feet under your desk? Thank you. So this chapter is called Such a Stupid Fight. Who do you think is fighting? Who do you think is fighting? Ferris, who do you think is fighting?
I think EllRay and her sister because EllRay's mad because his sister didn't take fifth and now he got to do that test and he didn't and when they were playing opposite tag his sister EllRay got her sister. She keeps running, and then that's how she got it.
So EllRay and Cynthia. Cynthia, yeah. So yes, the principal heard the truth, right? So Ferris thinks that it's possible that Alfie and Cynthia could be having a fight because she got tagged and she didn't go out. They got sent to the principal's office. There was those little specks of blood on her knee. And she was making a huge deal of it. And that's possibly who had the big fight. Who else had a big fight? Who else was disagreeing? AKA big fight. Kennedy, who do you think?
EllRay's little sister and her friend.
Yeah, so EllRay, sister Alfie, and Suzette Moynihan. Yes, I think that's an Irish name. They were having a disagreement, right? Anybody else having a disagreement? So those disagreements are called conflicts. Conflicts. So when things don't go your way, it's a conflict. It's conflicting. It's against the way you want it to go. Sometimes a schedule is conflicting. By the way, there won't be a read aloud tomorrow because my schedule conflicts with the school schedule. My work schedule and my home schedule are conflicting. They're not getting along. It doesn't mean they're fighting. It just means like something has to compromise. Something has to give. So tomorrow is why I won't have a morning meeting, a read aloud, or an afternoon meeting. Unless, maybe. All right, so let's talk about who really is in this fight. I know they said the S word at school. Stupid. I said it again. Sorry. The next Friday, just before lunch, we were supposed to be finished up and turning in our Treasure Island art projects, which are supposed to be either maps of the island or pirate flags, but not just skulls and crossbones. While Miss Sanchez takes some important papers to the office and talks with the principal, I am standing next to Miss Sanchez's desk at the same time as Cynthia and Heather. Almost everyone in the class has already handed in their maps and flags. They are now doing sustained silent reading, SSR, and maybe your parents did SSR when they were kids. I know I did. Everybody stops everything and they do sustained silent reading. Cynthia slaps her fancy pirate flag onto Miss Sanchez's desk. She did it in pink construction paper. It has palm trees and glitter coconuts on each side of the rainbow in the middle. And it doesn't look very piratey to me. But maybe girl pirates love glitter and rainbows. I don't know. Heather is holding the Stars and Stripes USA flag she made for the Pirates. She is probably hoping that Miss Sanchez will figure this project is so patriotic that she won't be able to say anything bad about it. Heather likes to play things safe. I made a map of what I think Treasure Island looks like, and it came out pretty good. Well, in my opinion. I drew the Spyglass Hill and the North Inlet and the stockade. Everything. And I put pistols and knives all around the edges, which Mom helped me tear perfectly to make my map look old. I wanted to burn the edges too a little bit so it would look like my map was pulled out of a pirate ship fire. But, hey, that's creative. Mom said playing with fire was asking for trouble. So let's look. That's the girls. Ooh, that's his. Let me show the class. This is his. Have a seat. Girl, his. That's the girls. That's it. That's his. This is pretty piratey, right?
Yeah.
The girls' flags aren't very piratey. Can you put those markers away? That's his. His is very piratey.
Donald show and tell
That's
drop.
the girls. Did everybody see everything? Yep.
Miss Kelly. Donald show and tell drop.
Have a seat, please. Thank you for listening and following the directions. That's not the directions. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. I asked you to follow directions and you did what you wanted anyways. Now I have to stop. Heather slides her flag under Cynthia's, but just as I put mine on top, Cynthia swats it away. Mine gets to be on top, she whispers. I want Miss Sanchez to see it first. That's why I waited to put it in. Duh. That is not nice. Watch out, I whisper back. You almost ripped my map. I examine it carefully for damages. Oh, like you could tell, Cynthia says, laughing, and she nudges Heather as she laughs too. It's not like EllRay's map isn't already ripped up, Cynthia says. Look at it. Yeah, Heather agrees. But I could tell she wishes she wasn't trapped in the middle of all this. Cynthia, I tore the edges on purpose, I inform her. All three of us are trying to keep our voices low. But a few kids, Emma, Annie, Pat, and Kevin, especially, are looking to see what is going on. It looks old, all right, Cynthia says, barely giving my excellent map a glance. My palm tree goes to on top. And that's final. Woo! If you could think of one word to describe her, what would it be? What would one word to describe that Cynthia be? Think. Let's get a descriptive word. Put your fingers on your thinking spot. Cynthia is, Who's got a good word? Laura, what's your word?
Disrespectful.
Yeah, she's disrespectful. Give me another word. What's your word?
She's being bad.
She is being bad. Yeah, she's not nice at all, right? Give me a word.
Rude.
Rude. I like to say rude in a deep voice. What else? That's a good word. What else? What is she being?
Mean.
mean. That is definitely a good word that describes her. She is unkind. You know what I think? She's bossy. She thinks she's in charge. Is she in charge? She is trying to be in charge. Can you sit on your bottom? Face forward, my little friend. All right, where was I? And then she shoves me for no reason. I stumble back a couple of steps and 2 or 3 kids laugh. They sound a little nervous, but they laugh. You know what? That's a thing. Sometimes when you're scared or you're afraid or you're nervous, a little giggle comes out and it sounds like you're making fun. But you're a little, that is a laugh, that is an emotion that gets misunderstood. Okay, I know that boy is never supposed to hit a girl, but when she's way bigger than he is, I don't. But I nudge Cynthia with my shoulder when I try again to put my map on top of that pile of Treasure Island art projects. Ow! Yells Cynthia, clutching her arm like I slugged it. By now, everyone is watching us. So much for sustained silent reading. Now it's sustained silent staring. EllRay hit me, she announces to the class. He did not, Emma says, amazed. We just saw the whole thing, Cynthia. Yeah, Kevin, Corey, and Annie Pat agree, nodding their heads. Mind your own business, Cynthia tells them, and she's really mad. Cynthia turns her back to the class, and Heather crowds in close. And I still haven't turned my art project in yet. I am putting my map on top of that pile, and you guys are not gonna stop me, I tell Cynthia and Heather. You know what? Her tone is not very attractive. That kind of tone with a person makes the person look ugly. I feel ugly even though I'm just reading it. But look at this word am. It's like slanted and wrinkly a little bit. Can I have your eyes? It's italics. I am. It's like a stressed word in the sentence. Put it under mine, Cynthia says. Why should I? Wow, he is so brave to stick up for himself like that. I give him credit. Just do it, Heather urges me, sounding nervous. Just do it, EllRay, please. And I'm just about to shrug and give in because this is such a stupid fight. When Cynthia shoves me again. So I shove her back. A boy shoved a girl, even though he's a tiny boy and she's a big girl? Okay, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is the right next to the pile of maps and flags is Miss Sanchez's very important attendance book and her water bottle, which she usually carries with her everywhere she goes for some reason. But she doesn't have it with her right now. Inside her attendance book, Miss Sanchez keeps every neat score each day of who is in class and who isn't. Then that becomes the part of our permanent record. And it's written in secret code. She showed us once. For example, there is a different mark for being in school, for being absent with no excuse, for being absent with an excuse, and probably codes for other stuff too, for all I know. Miss Sanchez says the attendance book is her work of art. We are not allowed to touch that attendance book ever. It is so important. Quit shoving, Cynthia says as she shoves me again. Girls and boys, why did he just tell us about that attendance book? And that water bottle? What is going to happen? Do you want him? Bye, Isaiah. What is going to happen? You heard about the attendance book as a work of art? There's some shoving going on. What do you think, Sincere? Go ahead. What is going to happen? Ferris.
I think that she says how EllRay's gonna get hurt.
EllRay's going to get hurt? It's possible. What else?
I think when you keep shoving the light, the baby and the water light, the top, like,
This is why your water bottle should always have a top on it.
the one bottle like pop open and it's going to the
Yeah. So it's going to, that's not going to be good, is it? I think something bad is going to happen. The water bottle will fall over. The attendance book will
spill.
get ruined. You quit shoving, I say, shoving her back. I'm not, I'm gonna sock you one, Cynthia says. What does that mean, sock me? What is socking? Show me. Anybody know with their hands? Or does it have to do with these things you wear on your feet? Oh, I don't have any. Mine are short. Oh, yeah. So, socking a person is like this. It means to punch. I'm going to sock you one. I have no idea where that word comes from. Because hands and feet are different. Cynthia Harbinson. She's going to sock me? Cynthia, whose hair and clothes and fingernails are always so tidy and clean. Cynthia, who likes to brag about her grades and her perfect record. How dainty she is. I don't think so. If she actually does hit me, though, I will not hit her back. I decide right then and there, but I will defend myself and my pirate map from her first fist of doom, which is like the one in my video. Die, creature, die. Only bigger. I will figure out how to do this when the time comes. Come on, Cynthia, Heather says, trying to pull her away from the desk. Who cares if his stupid pirate map goes on top or not? I care, says Cynthia. And she swings her right arm towards me like a bat. And my head is the ball. This is a dumb way to hit anything, which is probably why it doesn't work now, because I duck out of the way. But over goes Miss Sanchez's dun dun dun. Did you say water bottle?
Yeah.
Right onto the famous secret code attendance book. Frozen in horror, Cynthia, Heather, and I watched the water glug, glug, glug 3 times onto the very important notebook before any of us can move. But I'm the one who finally picks the bottle up, just as Miss Sanchez walks in the door. Naturally. Oh no, look what EllRay did, Miss Sanchez, Cynthia cries out. Your poor official attendance book, your work of art. He threw water all over it on purpose. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness we don't have anybody like that here. I don't know how we'd ever get buckets filled if we had a Cynthia Harbinson in our class. My notebook, she says, sprinting over to her desk, grabbing the notebook and shaking it twice. She wipes the wet pages with the corner of her sweater. It's all EllRay's fault, Cynthia says, sounding almost scared. We'll discuss this later, Miss Sanchez says, still dabbing the notebook. Later, she says again, as if she's too upset to talk about it right now. Have you ever had something like that happen? That was kind of a stupid fight. Cynthia is so stubborn. I don't get it. Why does she always have to have her way? I don't know. Dun, dun, dun.